Motorsport 411 presents
all the four- and two-wheeled action.
Motorsport 411 with Sean Cardovillis.
Welcome to Motorsport 411, your home for all your four- and two-wheel action in Africa. Coming up in this episode, we round up the third round of the Rally Raid Championship that was held at Solio Ranch. And we have an overview of the recently concluded African Rally Championship event that was held in Burundi as we chat with Sylvia Vindevogel and Tauseef Khan.
All the four- and two-wheeled action. Motorsport 411.
Welcome to the show. So the third round of the Rally Raid Championship was held at Solio Ranch over the weekend. Here's organiser Jet Anthony with the roundup.
Hello Sean, quick update on the just concluded Rally Raid 3 held at Solio in Mwega this past weekend. Credit to the Solio management who literally handmade and crafted this track of nearly 200 kilometers. We had a start of 10 entries, of which one was a motorcycle, combination of CRTs, bowlers, and the Milner is back on the scene with the Hughes family, which was nice to see. Car going very well. So provisional results for this weekend, as we haven't finished the conclusion of penalties, etc. It's looking like Mark Glenn in his Tire World Maxxis sponsored CRT won the event. Second overall was Tim Jessup on his Husqvarna 350, and third overall was Alistair Keith in the Olidian sponsored Bowler Land Rover stroke vehicle, all doing extremely well to finish this tough event. We will look forward to the next event around the 26th or 7th of November at Stony Arthy. We also are very happy to note that Tim Jessup is leading the Rally Raid on his motorcycle. That is a big result for a motorcyclist to do a Rally Raid this way. Very tough.
That's one of the organisers of the Rally Raid Championship, Jet Anthony. Now the African Rally Championship went to Burundi recently. Sylvia Vindevogel is not only a navigator for Giancarlo De Vite, but lives in Burundi. Sylvia, thank you so much for joining us on Motorsport 411. Congratulations, Burundi holding a round of the African Rally Championship. From a personal point of view, how proud were you?
It's a big achievement for the people who love motorsport in Burundi. We used to be very well quoted about 30 years ago, and then we collapsed completely. And for having been through all the situations in Burundi myself, having lost a lot of things over there, started again 2-3 times my life over again, and being already in motorsports since 1991 when I started racing with Nathalie Kops from Rwanda. I used to be the national champion of karting in Burundi. It is really with a lot of emotion, first of all, that I would like to say how happy I am that Burundi has now finally achieved to come back on the African Rally Championship. Really, I'm proud, but mostly I'm very emotional about this and about the success, about the work that they have put in there, the money, the investment. I know for them, and you should know, it's very hard already in Kenya and elsewhere to find sponsors, but in Burundi it's really a very, very big achievement. You can believe me. So as well as sponsorship is concerned, as well as personal input of the organizers and competitors is concerned, but also about the local communities, because not an easy cookie, that place over there. So I have to say congratulations to all of them, police, army, the people in the villages. It's been really a big success. I was there. I've raced, sadly enough, bigger disappointment for Giancarlo and me. We dropped out after the 4th stage, but already we could have a good idea of what they've done as far as organization is concerned. Safety, the choice of the roads, it was absolutely perfect.
How is motorsport in Burundi?
Well, because of this complete collapse of the Burundi Motorsport and Motorsport Club, some of the local competitors, among which you have Rudy Cantanede, David Israel, you have myself, you have Valérie Bouquera, who finished the rally in second position, Nital Keita, etc. We all had to race with the either way Burundian license or with the other licenses. Myself, for instance, I've been racing for quite a long time, more than 10 years on the Rwanda license, because there was nothing anymore. There was no more rally. There was no more activity at all. We just had like a phantom club, which was issuing licenses, like, for instance, for Valérie Bouquera, he was just racing under a Burundi license, but without scoring points nowhere, which is really very sad for us as competitors, not having even a compensation for the investment, because it is taking a lot of investment and time and money. Just to say that the local competition in Burundi has been catching up now for about 4 or 5 years. They have also been starting to race outside Burundi. So first it was just like, starting from scratch again. Small cars, old cars, people who are passionate about rallies, rally drivers, and then people who are sitting next to rally drivers who do not get anything about the navigation, about the rules in rally, time control, etc., etc. They've been collaborating for quite a few years, I would say 3, 4, 5 years, with Rwanda, so that they could learn how to do slowly, and also then soon they managed to catch up, and they started organizing a few rallies in Burundi. Let's put around three per year. It's good. I think Burundi is on the way to really become one of the best African rally events because of their input, personally, money-wise, sponsors, and everybody's putting so much time in it. About the competitors, it's just the same. They are so passionate. I live in the industrial area in Bujumbura, so many of them live there. You have garages there. And 1 month before a rally, you hear them starting to work on the cars. They go and train, and really they've improved a lot. And the Burundian local drivers mainly, they have improved so much, because we used to have the experience of driving outside, but then they never drove outside. And I think you've seen in Uganda and Rwanda recently 4 months ago, the achievement of Philibert and a few other local Burundian drivers is just incredible. It's incredible.
Sylvia, we saw an incredible reception by the fans. It appears that the rally was very popular. And for you and Giancarlo Davite, you must be very popular in Burundi.
We are popular, but I would say the big stars in Burundi is still Valérie Bouquera and Nital Keita. Because Giancarlo is now racing under Belgian license, and they're a bit touchy about things like that. But it's okay. They love seeing the car. The thing is, they don't really know who is who also. They still have to learn, as far as the spectators are concerned, they don't really know who is who. Even, knowing that Kenyans were coming or Ugandans were coming, for them, it's been really long time that they have seen foreigners coming to Burundi for rallies. So for them, it's a first step. But I can promise you next year, the welcoming and the number of people and the crowds will be even more, because, like you say, they are really very much interested in rally competition. So much.
All right, Sylvia Vindevogel speaking to us from Burundi. Thank you so much for speaking to us on Motorsport 411, and congratulations once again, Burundi hosting a round of the Africa Rally Championship. Thank you so much for speaking to us.
Karibu sana. Have a good afternoon.
We'll be back.
All the 4 and 2-wheeled action. Motorsport 411. Motorsport 411.
So welcome back. So as we mentioned earlier, the Africa Rally Championship went to Burundi recently. The event was won by Kenya's Karan Patel and Tauseef Khan. Tauseef is a long-time navigator for Karan, and he explains to us the role of a navigator. Tauseef, thank you so much for speaking to us on Motorsport 411. Congratulations, victory in the Burundi Rally. How was the experience for you and Karan Patel?
Burundi was an amazing experience. It was an interesting rally. and new terrain for me and Karan, which obviously was a new challenge for us. The route was quite fast and tricky. Out of every corner, almost there was a culvert. So we had to make sure that we were both on point. All in all, the rally was fantastic. The spectators in Burundi are phenomenal. I haven't seen such large numbers in a long, long time.
Now, you're pretty much an experienced navigator. From your point of view, for those that don't know, just tell us about the role of the navigator and how important it is between the driver and the navigator as a team.
I would say we both play an equal role in the car, but as a navigator, obviously, we have to prepare for a recce, and obviously our job starts before recce, whereby you start doing entry forms and all the documentations before the rally. Come recce time, obviously, we both have to be switched on in the sense that that's half of the rally. The main preparation for the rally actually is during recce. So we go out on recce, Karan calls out the notes, I write them down, and then the second loop also is quite critical for us, whereby we make changes to our notes. You know, you have either you slow down some places or you think you could be faster in some places. So where you're going to cut, where you're not going to cut, those kind of things is what happens during recce. And then obviously in the evenings, the job for the navigator is not done. That's where now you sit down and start tidying up your notes and making sure everything is in order. However, during recce, after our first pass, we as a team decide if you're going to make any changes to the car setup. Are we going to lower the height? You know, just small kind of things here and there. Day of rally, navigator, obviously, we have to make sure we are both synchronized, both on point again. I personally have to make sure that I'm 100% calling the right notes for Karan. We're at the right place at the right time. You could call a wrong note at the wrong place, and obviously that is chaotic.
Short 6 left and right 50, max right and into cut, max left.
Yeah, I was actually just reading the other day, a blunder someone can make as a co-driver is pick up the wrong book for the wrong stage.
50 short 3 left, must keep into 3 left is 6 right.
I was actually amused when we were in Rwanda. Most of the people there actually were appreciating the co-driver more than the driver, because they are saying you are the person who's actually guiding this guy on what to do, where to go and whatnot. So over the years, I think just generally worldwide, people have not understood the importance of what co-drivers do. They just think it's someone enjoying the ride.
Into long 6 right, 150.
Now, you and Karan are pretty good friends as well. Just tell us how important personalities are in terms of the relationship between driver and navigator.
Well, I have raced now with Karan for 9 years. It actually started, I didn't even know who Karan was. My dad was the first to start with him first. And then he told me that there's this young boy he wants to navigate. Over the years, we've just become like family, just like brothers. The atmosphere in the car is fantastic. There's never that blame game that I made a mistake or he made a mistake. We always take it as a team. And I really, really enjoy myself in the car, and I think that's what's important. So we've come a long way, and yeah, we hope to keep going for as long as we can.
This year, it appears that you're not really focusing on the Kenya National Rally Championship. What's your focus this year apart from the Africa Rally Championship?
Well, initially the plan was to do both championships, but unfortunately, we didn't secure a sponsorship. So we've just put that aside, the national championship, and focusing more on the ARC. So the funds that we can actually pump into the ARC. Other than that, I might be doing something for Classic. Not too sure as yet, but that's about it for the season for us.
Tauseef, you mentioned your dad. Did you always see yourself as a navigator, or at one point did you think you'd be a driver?
Well, I always wanted to be a driver, but of course the funds were not there. And I think over these years now that I've navigated, I'm actually enjoying what I'm doing. My dad was also a navigator. He navigated the likes of my late uncle Mudi Khan, the late Kalulu. My dad also navigated him a few rallies. I do come from a background of rally drivers and navigators, so I'll enjoy my seat for now and navigate Karan for as long as I can.
How far do you see yourselves going? Do you see yourselves racing in Europe at some point in the future?
Yes, we hope to get sponsorship if things go as planned. Maybe next year, next to next year, we would like to do a few rounds in Europe.
You say you come from a motorsports family. Why do you love motorsport personally?
Well, I think I would call myself a speed junkie. I just love the adrenaline in the car. And I feel like I was just born in the right family. Right from my grandfather, we've all been racing, coming down.
Fantastic. Congratulations once again. Victory in the Burundi Rally. That's the navigator for Karan Patel, Tauseef Khan. Thank you so much for speaking to us on Motorsport 411.
Thank you, Sean.
We'll be back.
Motorsports 411 with Sean Cardovillis.
So that's it for the show this week. Our thanks once again to Jet Anthony, Tauseef Khan and Sylvia Vindevogel. Our thanks as always to Big City Studio. I'm Sean Cardovillis. See you next week.